Alright, so today we'll discuss about the 2020. This is a specimen paper. For IGCSE Math. So paper 1. So let's begin. So because you can see the formula list here, they do change a little bit. The binomial formula as usual, but then they actually give you the arithmetic series formula and geometric series formula, which is not in your previous paper. And trigon formula is the same. Alright, so let's have a look on the question number 1 here. So the polynomials of this px have the factor of 2x minus 1. So they ask you to show. So whenever you see the word show means what? Show basically means you need to do factor theorem. Factor theorem tell me PA equals 0, right? Normally I will write FA, but in this case it's just P, so I just write PA equals 0. So you just need to know what is your A value here. Your A value is when you make the factor equals to 0. So x minus 2 equals to 0. So x equals to 2. So this is your A value. So therefore, what I will do is, I will sub A into all the x here. So I will say P2 equals to 2, 8, right? 2 power of 3 is 8, isn't it? Minus 3, 4, right? 2 power of 2 is 4. Plus 2q plus 56 equals 0. Sorry. You should write equals 0 because you need to show, right? Okay, never mind. I don't write like this. I write properly. So the whole thing will equals to 0. On the top, I will just write P2 equals 0. I will do like this. Alright, then I will solve this thing. This is 16 minus 12 plus 2q plus 56 equals 0. Here I will have 4 plus here will be 60. So 2q equals to negative 60. Q equals to negative 30. Then I will say, sure. This is one of the way you can show. Another way you can show is maybe you sub the negative 30 into the q, and then you will get the 0. But then I prefer these methods because I find this one is easier. Right, then factorize completely and hence state all the solutions for px equals 0. So all the solution here means what? So they want to know all the x values. So because this one is x power of 3, so you know when you solve it, normally you will get 3 different x answer, right? This is like they call all the solution. So you kind of need to find out all the x value. And so you can do long division, which is I always do long division. There's other method also if you do like long division, but I find long division is the easiest one. So this is 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 30x plus 56. So I will just divide it. So the first one is 2x squared, isn't it? So I get 2x cubed minus 4x squared. And then here have a minus, right? So negative become positive. So this one will be x squared minus 30x. So it will be plus x. So I will have x squared minus 2x. So this one is negative 28x plus 56. So it's minus 28. So I get negative 28x plus 56. So therefore, I know the divisor here basically multiply with the quotient, isn't it? So that means this one multiply with the answer on the top here should equals to 0. So so then you will just expand it again. I hope we can expand again. But sometimes you will need to use the quadratic formula and leave your answer in 2 decimal. So 2x and x, I believe it's something like 7 and 4. 7 and 4, positive and negative. Then I have all my x answer. X equals to 2, x equals to 7 over 2 and x equals to -4. Yeah, this is all the solution they ask you to state. So yeah, this is how you show all the solution. Yeah, but I'm not sure why he gets so little space here. Yeah, I should have more space for it. Alright, then for question number 2 here, the variable x and y related by this equation. So they ask you to do dy dx. Yeah, we do need to do product rule, but we need to kind of use the indices method to simplify this indices. So this is x power 1 multiply x power half, isn't it? When multiply, that means the power is plus, right? So we get x power of 3 over 2. So now I can do the dy dx. So I will move my 3 over 2 to the front. So it's 3 over 2x minus 1, isn't it? 1 over 2. Yeah, I believe you can leave your answer like this. Okay. Yeah, if any part you're not sure, you can let me know. Or you want to live in the square root form, yeah, you can do that also. Or you can live in the 3 over 2 square root x, but it will be the same also, right? Hence, find the approximate change in x when y is increased from a by the small amount of 0.015. Okay, because normally in small change topic, right, the question will actually give you the change of x, but sometimes like this, they will actually give you a change of y because they tell you y is increasing. So therefore, I know change of y is from a and add this small little amount, so it's just 0.015 is the change of y, isn't it? So therefore, you should know the original value of y is equals to a. Why we need to know the original value of y? Because we need to find original value of x by using this one. Because later we will have the dy dx, we need to sub the x value into dy dx. So we need to know the x. So therefore, if you know the original y value, what you need to do is you need to sub back into the y here to find out your x. So therefore, a equals to x power of 3 over 2. So x will equals to 8 power of 2 over 3. So x equals to 4. Okay, so I know change of y over change of x equals to dy dx. So change of y is 0.015. Change of x is what we need to find because they asked us to find the approximate change in x. Do you see that? Yeah, just in case you cannot see it, yes. So dy dx, we have the dy dx, right? We already done just now. So this one will be 4 power half. So I will kind of move around. So change of x will be 0.015. This one I simplify. Square root of 4 is just 2. So it's 2 and 2. I cut, it left a 3 here. So therefore, the change of x will be 0.005, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. So this is how you actually get your change of x. So yeah, you must be very careful because some students will sub the a into the dy dx. Yeah, to make sure you don't make this kind of mistake. Okay, so we go to the 3a. So whenever you see something like this, you know this is completing the square, isn't it? So right now I want to do the complete the square here. Complete the square, what we always do is we want to make sure the coefficient of x squared will be 1. But here is a 12, isn't it? So what we need to do now is we need to factorize out the 12. So if I factorize out the 12 here, I actually get x squared minus half x plus 5. So I just factorize 12 from first two terms. You can do it for all the term if you want, but I just prefer the first two terms. So then the next step I will do is I will copy the first term and the second term, and then I plus something bracket square minus back something bracket square plus 5. Alright, so what's the something here is basically your current b divided by 2. So your current b is negative 1 over 2. So divided by 2 will be negative 1 over 4. So it will be negative 1 over 4. Alright, then the next step, I will combine the first three terms. So it will become x minus 1 over 4 squared. Only take the first and third. Alright. And then here will be minus 1 over 16 plus 5. Then I will multiply my 12 into both terms here. So I will have x minus 1 over 4 squared minus 12 over 16 is 3 over 4, isn't it? Plus 5. So therefore, I will get my final answer. Plus 5, 5, 4, 20. 20 will be 17 over 4. Okay, yeah, this is a combinatorial square. If you already forget how to do combinatorial square, you just check it out. Yep. B. Hence find the greatest value of this one and state the value of x at which this occur. Alright. Okay, this is another out of your syllabus thing, and they give you 2 marks. But I will slightly explain about what happened here. So first thing is, just now you have an equation, right? So let's call this equation as y or fx, it doesn't matter. So you have a y equals to 12x squared minus 6x plus 5 power of negative 1. No, this is the previous one. This is the part A. And part B, you have that's called fx lah, because I don't want the same y. So let's say part B is right now is another equation. Power negative 1 is what? You have another equation look like this: 12x squared minus 6x plus 5. Because this is what happened for power negative 1, isn't it? And it's just a 2 mark here. So I try not to confuse you so much. So, okay, basically what you understand is this is quadratic equation, right? The quadratic equation, you have a u shape because 12 is a positive number. So you have a u here. Okay, what happens if I kind of inverse this one? I make it like 1 over the whole quadratic equation. Yeah, I actually checked by using the graphical calculator before, not this question. Yeah, you have another, this is your fx, right? Yeah, another gx, basically it will look like this. This one will be your gx. Okay, so for these two equations, first thing is they will have the same stationary point, same x stationary point. That means the x value will be the same. Definitely, you can see the y value is not the same. What is our minimum point just now? From here, this one will be 1 over 4 and 17 over 4, isn't it? So therefore, from here, you should know, okay, this coordinate is 1 over 4 and 17 over 4. So because this is 1 over of it, right? Like from the graph, you should know both of them will have the same x value. It's 1 over 4. But how about what is the y value for this one? The x value is 1 over 4. Y value basically will be 1 over the y value here. Will be 1 over y. So the y value will be 1 over y. So you just imagine 1 over 17 over 4. You actually get 4 over 17, right? Yeah, you will get 4 over 17. So what is the greatest value? When they say value, they ask about y, right? So the greatest value will be 4 over 17. And then state the value of x when this occurs is 1 over 4. So over here, what I can tell you is whenever you see something like the quadratic is power negative 1, you remember the x value will be the same, but the y value will be 1 over y. Yeah, this is what happened. Okay, if you want to know more about why this will occur, then maybe you need to go to Google. Or if I have time, I will actually make a separate video for this part. But right now, just do not make this thing very complicated, because I would say this is a bit out of the syllabus thing, so it's basically 1 mark for each of the answer. So it just tests how much you understand about the relationship between the graph and how much you understand about quadratic and the inverse quadratic. So yeah, this is what it is. It's always like this, same x value, and then the y value will be 1 over y. Just remember this. Okay? Okay, then we go to the question number 4 here. Do not use the calculator in this question. So question number 4, the diagram actually show the trapeziums, and then you have AD is 7. Okay, AB is given. Alright, perpendicular, AX is perpendicular is given. 2 and X. Yeah, everything is actually in the diagram already. So given that the area of trapezium is 15 square root 5 plus 2. Obtain an expression for x in the form of this one. So basically they want you to find out what is x then. I'm not sure why you give so many marks for this one, but yeah, let's do it. You know the formula of area of trapezium, right? Half a plus b multiply height. So in order to do this, right, so we need to know what is the height here. We do not know the ax here, but it's not hard to find, right, because we learned about Pythagoras. So it's basically 7 square minus 2 square. So it's 49 minus 4 is square root 45. Square root 45 is 3 sub 5, isn't it? Okay, because square root 45 is equals to square root 9 multiply 5. Then it's square root 9 times square root 5, so it's 3 sub 5. Okay? So, okay, now we have the height already. Then I will just do half. A is 4 plus sub 5. A plus B. Plus B will be the whole thing here, right? 2 plus x. Multiply height will be 3 sub 5. Equals to 15 sub 5 plus 2. So this is A, will be the top one. This one we call it A. The bottom we call B. And then this one we call it height. Just in case you don't know where do I get all this. Alright, so yeah, then we just solve this question, I believe. So I move my half to the other side first. So I get 30 sub 5 plus 4. And then here I will just solve it as usual. 4 plus 2, so I get 6 plus square root 5 plus x. And then multiply with 3 square root. The 3 sub 5, I move to the other side also. Because here I want to leave an x only. So yeah. So then, oh, no wonder give 6 marks because you kind of need to minus it, right? Never mind. Okay, then we kind of need to move the whole thing to the other side. So x equals to 30 sub 5 plus 4. And over 3 sub 5 minus 6 minus square root 5. Okay, so, or you can put a bracket, then it will become, oh no. Yeah, minus the whole thing. Yeah, can also. Depend what you want. Okay, never mind, I put a plus first. Because I just move the whole thing to the other side, become minus, right? Okay, then I will need to solve this one. So first thing is, maybe I will rationalize first. So what I will do here is, I will multiply 3 sub 5 here. No, I can just multiply the sub 5 for top and bottom. This one I multiply sub 5 and see what happened. So bottom will become sub 5 and sub 5 you get 5, so bottom will be 15. Top will be okay, if I multiply in, I will actually get 5, so it will be 150 plus 4 sub 5 minus, this is over 1, isn't it? Obviously it's a different denominator, so I multiply 15. I multiply 15. Then the whole thing is 15. I can make my denominator 15. So I minus, if 15 multiply this one will be 90 plus 15 sub 5. Right, then I will simplify it further. 60, yeah, 60, right? 150 minus 90 will actually get 60 here. 4 surd 5 minus 15 surd 5, we actually will get negative 11 surd 5, isn't it? Okay, so x will equals to 60 divided by 15 is 4. This one I separate with 11 over 15 surd 5. Because the question actually asked me to live in the a plus b surd 5 pattern, so I guess if I do any mistake here, because the answer is not like this. Let me check. I think maybe I did some current mistake somewhere. 15. No wonder. This one have the bracket. So because I forget about the bracket, so become like 15 surd 5 plus 2. So yeah, so therefore, yeah, I have chance to redo the whole thing. Okay. This one and this one I simplified, left a 10 here. Oh my god. So yeah, in the exam, make sure you don't make this kind of carrot mistake, or else you kind of need to like redo the whole thing. Oh my god. Okay, let's do it quickly. Because normally you will get an integer. So that's why just now I got 11 over 15, I find a bit wrong. But anyway, yeah. So if I want to find x here, this one I have a 10 surd 5 plus 2 over square root 5 minus 6 plus surd 5. So yeah, here I will multiply the surd 5 and surd 5 here. So yeah, so this one denominator is 1, isn't it? So I need to multiply 5 and multiply 5. Why is 5? Because square root 5 times square root 5 will be 5. So the whole thing will be over 5 here. So top will be, okay, I multiply into here better. So it will be 10 multiply 5 is 50. 2 surd 5 times 10 is 20 surd 5. This one times 5 minus 30 minus 5 surd 5. So yeah, I get 20 minus plus 15 surd 5 over 5. So it is just 4 plus 3 surd 5. Okay, so make sure you don't make any carrot mistake, then this kind of question won't be too hard. And 6 mark. Yeah, just careful about the bracket. Okay, so number 5 here. So on the axis below, actually I will sketch the graph for this one and state the coordinate of the point where each graph will meet the coordinate axis. Okay, they don't ask you to state the intersection point, so that is still fine. So basically they ask you to find the x-intercept and y-intercept for each of it. So what you need to do now is you should know the pattern whenever this is linear equation. So if this is a linear equation, it is just a V shape. Okay, so it will just a V shape. So we have 2 V shape here. So depend which one you want to start first, it doesn't matter. So let's say I start for this one. So you just imagine 2x plus 5 equals 0. I want to find a x-intercept. We always find an x-intercept first. So x is equal to negative 5 over 2, right? So yeah, negative 5 over 2 about negative 2.5 is about somewhere here. Negative 5 over 2. So this one will be my vertex point, which is my v will be somewhere here. So I have a v. And it gives us a 10 here. I'm not sure I need to show the 10 or not. You can try to plug in when x equals to negative 10, see what happened. So it's negative 20 plus 5. Then your y is basically equals to 15. So you're kind of quite high. You have 15 here. Oops, it's a straight line. It should look like a straight line. Okay, I start drawing from here. So you have something like this. Alright, so I need to know what is my y-intercept. So this is kind of the 15 when it's negative 10. You just imagine there's somewhere 15 here. Okay, so what is this value? You just make x equal to 0, you will get 5, right? This is 5. Alright, so and then this is 5, this is 15. That's mean my graph is not so perfect. Yeah, but it's a sketch one. I think it should be fine, but because I try to draw nicely a little bit, so yeah. Okay, this is about 5 here. They just ask us to state the coordinate where the graph will meet the coordinate axis, isn't it? So this one is the same thing. So for what 2 minus x equals to 0, then x equals to 2, right? So you meet at somewhere 2 here, and the y will, when x equals to 0, your y equals to 2 also, right? So you intersect at 2, so it'll be slightly lower a little bit. So you have something like this. You meet at 2 and 2 here. So yeah, they give you a 10 here, but it doesn't ask us to mention about this. If yes, then you just need to sub in the 10, see what value you get. So like this one, they actually sub in the 10, you will get 8. But then over here, they doesn't say anything. So yeah, I think it should be fine. Yeah, you can leave your answer like this. And then they ask you to solve this one. Yeah, this one actually is quite hard if you don't understand. But if you see carefully, these two equation is basically is equation on the top here. So they want you to actually like solve it when this line, that's why I use the blue color, is less than the red color one. So if you see carefully, the blue color must be lower than the red color one. So it's basically, it should be from somewhere here. So you can see from here onwards, the blue color is below it, isn't it? Because from above, so I need to find what is this value basically. So after I find this value, I should be able to get the answer easily here. So, and then let me see, do they intersect any other point here? Yes, I think they will, because I draw until they look like a parallel line. Actually, they are not, because let me just draw nicely a little bit. Because later, oops, I shouldn't use blue. They will intersect again somewhere. Yeah, actually, it should look like something like this. Because this one, when it's go at 10 here, is actually is 8, right? So it's slightly above the 5, it should be 8 here. This one just now will go to 15, right? Yeah, so the line will look like this. So if you can see things like this, so they will intersect at these 2 points. So that means at these 2 value here, I'm going to call the value A and B. So when these 2 A and B here, you can see my blue line is below my red line, isn't it? So this is what happened. So this is your blue line must be less than your red line. So what I want to do is I want to find these 2 intersection point, and then I kind of know my x value must be between, and it can touch the point, in fact they intersect, right, between A and B. Okay, so this is what happened. I want to do this, and then now you need to find the intersection point. How are we going to find the intersection point? We equal them, isn't it? We make 2 equations equal to each other. So 2x plus 5 equals to, there's a modulus, right? Okay, there's 2 ways you actually can get rid of the modulus. One of the easiest way is you just plus minus one of the side. You just plus minus here, 2 minus x. Or you can square both sides. Yeah, this is the method you get rid of the plus minus. But definitely the first method is a lot faster. But I can show you both methods, there's no problem. So this one I have 2 choice. So 2x plus 5 equals to 2 minus x. 2x plus 5 equals to negative 2 plus x. So from here, I have 3x equals to negative 3, x equals to negative 1. This one I have x equals to negative 7. Alright, then I know my x value is between negative 7 and negative 1. Alright, if you, let's say you just square both sides, you should get a similar answer. 4x squared plus 20x plus 25 equals to 4 minus 4x plus x squared. Then this one and this one solve 3x squared plus 24x plus 21 equals to 0. Then I will factorize it. So this one is 3x and x, and then I should have a 7. No, 7 and 3 is here, right? So it's plus for both. Then 3x plus 3 equals to 1, equals 0, sorry. So 3x equals to negative 3, x equals to negative 1. Then this one x equals to negative 7. See, both actually will give you the same answer. Then after you get, because right now you will get the x equals to negative 1 and negative 7 because of what? You equal them, right? But then because in this question it is not equal, right? Because in this question it is inequality. So if this is inequality, you need to find which is the parts that below. That means the blue line is below the red line, because the blue line is actually this equation, isn't it? Below this equation. This is the meaning of less than. Yeah, I hope you can understand. It's kind of a complicated inequality, but if you understand, then it should be fine. Of course, what you can do is to test your answer is correct. You can insert any number in this inequality into this equation. You should find out that the value you will get less than. Example, the value between negative 7 and negative 1. You can try to think, yeah, it is negative 2, right? You can try to sub in the negative 2 here. Sub in the negative 2 here, you get negative 4 plus 5. Negative 4 plus 5 is 1, right? Then you sub in the negative 2 here, then you will get 4, right? So is 1, is it less than 4? Yeah. So the inequality is correct, right? Yeah, this is what happened. So yeah, for number 6 here, find the equation of normal for y at a point where x equals to 2 and give your answer in this pattern. 8 mark. Wow, there's a lot. Equation of normal, follow the step. Step 1, do dy dx. Step 2, sub x value into dy dx. Step 3, this one will actually give you the gradient of tangent. Find gradient of normal by negative 1 over gradient of tangent. Step 4, form the equation. Yeah, just follow this step to get your equation of normal. Then after that, leave your answer in this pattern. You can easily get the 8 mark here. Let's start our step. This is u and v. It's a quotient rule. Okay, the quotient rule will be v du minus u dv over v squared, isn't it? So yeah, v is, okay, never mind, we do slowly. We have 8 mark, I believe. We shouldn't make any carry mistake. So this is x squared plus 5 power half. Write u first. I prefer to write u first. Okay, u equals to 2x minus 1, and v equals to x squared plus 5 power half. Alright, then my du dx is 2. My dv dx is half x squared plus 5 negative half, and then multiply 2x. Because need to differentiate inside right at the back, isn't it? This one and this one I simplified. It should be x over square root x squared plus 5. Yeah, I do this thing first before I do the dy dx here. So yeah, we kind of need to solve a complicated quotient rule. So copy the v first. So we have the square root x squared plus 5. and du. Basically, right now you need to like cross over multiply, alright? V multiply du. There's a 2 here. I write a 2 in front. You can write a 2 at the back, but yeah, let's write a 2 in front. It's multiply. This is not the square root 2, okay? This is just the 2 multiply the whole thing. Minus u multiply this thing. So I will use the u to multiply with the x on the top here. So I should get something like 2x squared minus x over square root x squared plus 5. Because this one, the u is basically, the whole thing is over 1, isn't it? So this is the reason why when I'm top a numerator, I multiply with numerator, denominator, I multiply with denominator. I hope you can see it. Alright, so over the v square, this is my v, right? So v square is just nice. Square and square root I cancel out, so I just get the x squared plus 5 here. Alright, this is when you have 3 level, right? A over b divided by c. So like what I say, if you have a over b divided by c, you get a over bc, right? So that's me. I kind of need to multiply the denominator here with the denominator this one. But I can't straight away do because of what? This is over 1. Because I need to combine I need to solve the numerator first. I need to solve this whole thing first before I can do this thing. Alright, so yeah. So I will solve here. This is over 1, isn't it? So what I want to do is I will multiply the whole thing. I will multiply the x squared plus 5 for top and bottom. So now then after I multiply already, then I can combine both of them, right? So the square root x squared plus 5 will go to the bottom. This is x squared plus 5. Alright, because now the top here is the same thing, right? So I cancel out the square root, so it becomes x squared plus 5 like this, minus this one. I will just expand the minus x squared plus x. Alright, the bottom, this one is actually the same thing. You see carefully, they are exactly the same thing. This is just power 1, and then this one is basically power half, isn't it? So 1 plus half is power of 3 over 2. Isn't it? This one basically is something like square root x multiply x, right? You know it's x power of 3 over 2. Don't use x lah. X will confuse you. Maybe the whole thing is a. So square root a multiply a is a power of 3 over 2, right? Just in this case, your a is x squared plus 5. So yeah, this is what happens. So for numerator is 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0. And then 10 plus x is x plus 10. Okay, yeah, this is our dy dx. But in fact, actually, you don't need to live in this. Yeah, I think you better simplify it because later you need to form the equation. Alright, we spent some time for dy dx, done the step 1. Then we need to sub the x value into it. Yeah, actually, you don't need to simplify so much because you have the x value. You can straight away sub into the original one. You can straight away sub into here. Yeah, we just waste too much time. This step is kind of unnecessary. Okay, but anyways, it's good to practice. So now when x equals to 2 here, we have 12 over 2 will be 4. 4 plus 5 will be 9. 9 power of 3 over 2 will be 27. So this one will be my gradient of tangent. Then I can get my gradient of normal easily, which is negative 27 over 12. Okay, just negative 1 over the whole thing. Alright, so we just negative 1 divided by 12 over 27. You should get this one. Then we need to form an equation, we need to have the y coordinate. So how are we going to get the y coordinate? We will sub the x into the original equation. Sub the 2 into here will be 4 minus 1 is 3. And then square root 9 is 3. Okay, so it's 1. Okay, so we can form the equation now. Y minus, what is our coordinate again? 2, 1, isn't it? We have coordinate 2, 1. So I sub in here. Y minus 1 equals to negative 27 over 12. X minus 2. So then, I will multiply 12 for whole equation because I want to live in the pattern that 1. So it will be 12y minus 12. This here 12 and 12 are simplified, negative 27x plus 54. And then we have 27x plus 12y minus 66 equals to 0. This is the pattern that 1? Oh no, the 1 equals to c. Alright, so then the 66 I will move to the other side. Okay, so why he doesn't let me erase? Okay, so whole thing will be equals to 66. Yeah, I hope I can get this 8 mark correctly. Yeah, because and you realize all the number here can divide by 3, right? So it should be 9x plus 4y equals to 22. Yeah, live in the simplest form, always. Yeah, these 8 mark questions, not really hard, but you just need to be very careful about the question rule, because once you got wrong about the dy dx, it will affect your answer below. So make sure when you do that time, you must do carefully. So far so good, right? You got any question you want to ask me? Okay, question 7 here. It's a similar question. So you have the diagram actually show the batch, a make of the thin sheet metal. So consisting of 2 semicircular piece center B and C. So each is a radius x. So they are attached to each other by the rectangular piece of thin sheet metal ABCD. So you have a rectangle ABCD here, such that AB and CD are the radii of the semi-circular piece of, and AD same with BC equals to y. Yeah, basically everything here they actually already show in the diagram. Just they want to mention something like, okay, this is a rectangle. Alright. And then this rectangle, you have 2 lines, basically is a radius. So basically AB is a radius and CD is a radius. So they use the radius is the plural of radius. Alright, so given that the area of this batch is 20 and ask you to find the parameters. Yeah, I think I did this similar question before. So but anyway, if this is 20 means what? We have 3 parts we actually need to plus part A, part B, part C. And you realize A and C, if I plus these 2 areas together, this is a circle, isn't it? Because this one, A is semicircle, C is semicircle, and they are the same semicircle. So you join it together, it will become a circle. So basically, in order to get the area, I will just use the circle plus a rectangle, isn't it? So the radius is x, isn't it? So circle area is pi r squared. Alright, plus a rectangle xy. Okay, so just like this. So we have the area is 20. So I'll sub in the 20 into here. And obviously, I see the parameter here do not have y. It tell me what? It tell me that I need to make y as a subject. So I need to make y as a subject here. So I have xy equals to 20 minus pi x squared. So y equals to 20 20 over x minus pi x. Okay, so or you want to make the whole thing divided by x also can. Okay, so yeah, this is my y equation. I will need to use it later. Alright, then they ask about parameter. So from this diagram, I want to get a parameter, right? This is semi-arc length, and then another semi-arc length. So both plus together will equals to the circumference, isn't it? Circumference is what? Circumference will be 2 pi r. So it will be 2 pi r will be x. Plus, we have 1x, 2x, 1y, 2y. Do you see that? X, x, y, y. So we will have to plus 2x plus 2y. Alright, then yeah, I will sub in everything I have. My y will be 2 multiply 20 over x minus pi x. Right, so yeah, 2 pi x plus 2x plus 40 over x minus 2 pi x. 2 pi x and 2 pi x I cancel. I get 2x plus 40 over x. They asked us to show this one, right? Yeah, sure. Okay, so it's not really hard. You just need to able to see, actually you can join together both semicircle. It's going to save you some time, or else you kind of need to do it separately. Alright, B, when x can be valid, find the minimum value of p. So we see minimum, you know dy dx equals 0. But obviously in this case it's not dy dx because they want minimum value of p, and in fact you have the equation of p like this, right? So you just do the dp dx equals 0. You just differentiate this one. You get 2 minus 40 over x squared equals 0. Just differentiate it, just differentiate this one. Alright, so you have 2 equals to 40 over x squared. So x squared equals to 20, x equals to square root 20. I will not do positive negative because x is a length. So I will just leave in a positive 20. But then they doesn't ask us to find x, isn't it? They want us to find minimum value of p. Then I will sub in the p here, 2 square root 20 plus 40 over square root 20. Does the question say any about exact form? No, right? And then you justify this value also. So yeah, if that question doesn't ask us to live in exact form, I will just live in 3 significant figures. So I will solve this one. 2 square root 20 plus 40 over square root 20. So this is 8 surds 5. You can live with 8 surds 5 or 17 over 9. Okay, cm. And then they ask us to justify this one is a minimum. So in order to justify, we need to do about, okay, now we're doing the justified part. Okay, in order to justify, we need to do a second derivative. Means we need to differentiate second time. So we d2p over dx squared. So we'll differentiate this one again. So I will get 80 over x cubed. Okay, so you just differentiate this one. So then we will need to sub our x value. So 80 over square root 20 cubed. So this one you can type in the calculator. Definitely it is a positive value, right? So therefore, this is minimum. Because what? Just in case you forget, when second derivative you get bigger than 0, this is a minimum. Okay, if you get less than 0, it will be the maximum. Alright, so yeah, this is how you get another 5 mark here. Differentiation. Yeah, as long as you're familiar with differentiation, you can easily get a lot of mark. Because you see just now the equation of normal here, they give you 8 mark. And then this one is another 9 mark. It's about 17 mark. Because the whole paper is 80 mark. You already get 20 mark when you like so good in differentiation. But I believe it's more than that. Because just now we still have a small change, right? So I believe differentiation will give you about 30 mark out of 80 for one paper. So even you don't like about differentiation, but make sure you master it. And then you still need it for integration and kinematics. Alright, so given your answer in its simplest form and find the exact value. Yeah. Because recently they love our exact value. So whenever I do the question, I always check, does the question say about exact value? Do I need to leave my answer in square root or e or ln form? So yeah, so you must be very careful. So yeah, now they say about exact value, that means you cannot leave in a decimal. So yep, so we'll just integrate this one. So this one will be e5x minus 1 divided by 5. 1 and 0.2. So I'll sub in the 1 first. So E1 sub into here is 5 minus 1 is 4 over 5. Minus The 0.2 sub into here is just nice. So it's just 1 minus 1 E0 over 5. E0 will be 1. So this is E4 over 5 minus 1. So this minus 1 over 5. So leave in this pattern is better. Okay, 5 right at the middle over 5. Yeah, this one will be your final answer. Because they ask us to live in exact form, so I don't think we need to further simplify it. Yep, you can live in this pattern, or you just want to take out 1 over 5, also can. You want to take out 1 over 5, you can just do E4 minus 1. Yeah, any value equivalent to this, it doesn't matter. You can live in this pattern, I'm very sure. Alright, so yeah, this one is... So in order to do this question, I think you need to expand it first. So when you expand this one, you will get x squared plus 2 multiply first term and second term is 2 over x plus 1 over x power 4. Alright, then, oh my god, you have something like this, right? Because remember, integrate 1 over x, what do you get? You get ln x, right? Yeah, so you kind of have a log here. Yeah, I will straight away integrate here. This one will give me x cubed over 3. This one will give me 2 ln x. And then this one will give me, this is x power negative 4. Plus 1 is negative 3. So I will just write minus, because I write 3 here. Never mind, I just do slowly lah. So I plus x negative 3 over negative 3 1 2. No wonder they asked us to live in exact form for this one, because you have ln here. So yeah, this is x cubed over 3 plus 2 ln x, and then this one will be minus 1 over 3x cubed 2 1. Alright, then now we will substitute in our 2. So we will actually get 8 over 3 plus 2 ln 2 minus 2 here will be 8. So 1 over 24. Minus, sub in the 1. This one will be 1 over 3 plus ln 1 is 0. So this one is 0 minus 1 over 3. Oh, nice. Because we have the 1 over 3 minus 1 over 3. So this is a 0 here. The whole thing is 0. So you just need to solve this part. Same denominator, multiply 8, multiply 8. So this is 64 minus 1 will be 65. So it will be 65 over 24 plus 2 ln 2. Yeah, it's kind of weird here. Did I make any mistake here? Oops. Let me see. If I sub in the 2 into here, negative 3 divided by negative 3, so it's 1 over 3x cubed. Plug in the 3 will be 8 over 3. 8 here, so we 3 multiply 8 is 24. Correct what? Sub in the 1, 0. Sub in the 1, this is minus 1 over 3. Did I make any mistake here? Because the final answer for this one is 2 ln 2 plus 21 over 8. Yeah, 21 over 8, if I times 3, this one should be 63, not 65. Oh, what happened to my math? Yeah, because this is 64, right? This is 64 minus 1. So it's 63. Yeah, my answer is correct. Just I'm not sure why I think about 66. Yeah, so this is 21 over 8 plus 2 ln 2. Yeah, 6 times 6 is 64, not 66. Right, so for part B, yeah, we integrate sine. Integrate sine give us negative cos, alright? So it'll be negative cos x over 6. Yeah, this is a bit complicated because you still need to divide what value? You need to differentiate. You need to differentiate x over 6. We'll give you 1 over 6. So you need to write at the bottom and then plus c. So divide 1 over 6 will give us 6 cos x over 6 plus c. Right, this you must be very careful about the 1 over 6. So number 9, do not use calculator in this question. So binomial expansion, but they ask you to solve about n term. So this is the reason why they give you 6 marks. Sometimes you solve n term, you kind of need to use this formula. N factorial over n minus r factorial. R factorial. Yeah, sometimes you use it, but sometimes you don't. So let's see. So we know the coefficient of x power of 4 is 10 times of the coefficient of x power of 2. So that's mean later you will get something x power of 4. This will mean the coefficient of it will equals to the 10 times the coefficient of x power of 2. Means only their coefficient have the relationship. So you shouldn't write x4 and x squared here. But just I want to show you the pattern. I will take the coefficient, mean the number in front of the x power of 4 and x squared. So let's see. So right now, our main objective for this question, we want to find what is the coefficient of x4 and what is the coefficient of x squared. Alright, so I have 1 plus 2x power of n. So how am I going to get the coefficient of x squared first? So then you kind of need to know about the binomial expansion formula. So if you expand this one, we kind of will get something like this one. NCR A n minus r b r, right? If our term is a plus b power of n, we will get this one. Just in case you do not know, so I actually write it down for you. So that means what? This is my term a and this is my term b. My term b power is affected by what value I put for my r. So, okay, in short, that means in a simple way, it's like if I want to get x squared, I will do NC2 because I want to have square. If I want to get x power of 4, I will do NC4. So you can see what happened here. So I do NC2. The formula tell me is 1 n minus 2. And 2x power of 2. So you can see if by solving this one, I actually get x squared, isn't it? And 1 power of anything is just 1. So you can just ignore about this one. Because 1 power of 99 also equals to 1. So you don't need to worry about what is 1 power of n minus 2. Alright, but then because I say it's coefficient of x squared, I say what? Coefficient is the number in front of the x squared. So that's mean over here I will erase my x. Because I just want to get a coefficient. So over here, I will need to use this formula to expand it. So NC2 is what? N factorial over n minus 2 factorial. 2 factorial. Multiply with 4. So 2 factorial is 2. 2 and 4 I can simplify, become 2. Okay, how to expand about n factorial? We know like 3 factorial means what? 3 times 2 times 1, isn't it? So you can see the pattern is you copy the 3 first. And then the next number you minus 1. Next number you minus 1 until you get 1, isn't it? So what is n factorial then? N factorial is you start with number n. And then you minus 1. And then you minus 1 again. Then you minus 1 again. And keep on going until infinity. How do I stop the n factorial? Because not possible I write until infinity, right? So whenever you want to stop, you can add a factorial for it. And you might ask me, should you stop at n minus 3? Not necessary one, you can stop at n minus 2. As long as you add a factorial at the back, you stop it. Okay, where should I stop? It's very depend of what do I have at the bottom. So you can see I have at the denominator is n minus 2 factorial, right? So I will stop at n minus 2. So I expand n factorial, so I stop at n minus 2 factorial because what? I can simplify it. Times 2. I will cut. So this one I have 2n, n minus 1. I'm done for my coefficient of x squared. Yeah, I think some of you already died until this step. But yeah, this is how to solve the complicated type of the binomial expansion question. Okay, we still have n minus 4. Yeah, this question is a bit crazy for IGCSE student, but it's in your syllabus. It's in your syllabus, just the hard one. Right, so like what I say, if I want to get a coefficient of x power 4, I will do NC4. Then this is 1 n minus 4, and then this is 2x power 4. And because this is coefficient, we doesn't write x. Alright, so yeah, 1 power of anything is 1, so we can ignore it. Now we need to solve for NC4. N factorial over n minus 4 factorial. 4 factorial. 2 power of 4 is 16. So this one I will expand until n minus 4. N minus 1, minus 1 again, n minus 2, minus 1 again, n minus 3, minus 1 again, n minus 4. Then I stop it with factorial. Over n minus 4 factorial. And then we have 4 factorial. 4 factorial type in the calculator should be 24. And then multiply 16. Yeah. Then 16 and 24 we can simplify, become 2 over 3, right? Because divide by 8. N minus 4 factorial, n minus 4 factorial, I will simplify. Then I have 2 over 3 and n minus 1, n minus 2. And you realize I didn't expand them, I didn't multiply it because I know later I can simplify it by cutting it out. So I prefer live in this pattern. Okay, now finally I can do something like coefficient of what? X power 4 is equals to 10 times of coefficient of x squared. Alright, then I will just substitute in my coefficient of x power 4 first. Is 2 over 3 and n minus 1 and minus 2. Is 10 times of coefficient of x squared 2 and n minus 1. Yeah, I hope I didn't read the question wrongly. Yeah, which is correct. Okay, because this is equal, right? Now we can cut the same thing. Cut this one and cut this one. Alright, then we need to find n. So I move the 3 over 2 to the other side. It becomes 10 multiply 3 over 2. I mean 2 over 3 move to the other side, becomes 3 over 2. And we still have 2 at the back here. Yeah, so cut the 2 and 2. N equals to 32. I hope this is correct because 6 marks is going to be hard if I do anything wrongly. Yeah, and this is wrong. N equals to 8. Did I miss out anything? Two over 3 n minus 2. Yeah, I'm trying to look for my mistake here, which I couldn't find. This is a problem. 4 factorial is 24, right? 24, 2 power of 4 is 16. 16 divided by 24, 2 over 3. Makes sense. I forget one more term. up to n power of n minus 3. So yeah, so we still have one n minus 3 here. How can I just ignore one more term? 2 over 3n, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. Okay, then we cut these two. We still have a n minus 3 here. Then the rest here should be okay. Here is 32, I believe is okay. I mean it's 30, sorry. Here we'll get a 30. And then here we actually will expand it. N squared minus 5n plus 6. So n squared minus 5n minus 24 equals to 0. M minus 8, m plus 3 equals to 0, n equals to 8. Yes, this is the correct one. Yeah, just make sure you don't make any character mistake here. Yeah, we ignore about negative power of n. I believe the question do say positive integer of n. Because n can be negative if you go to the higher level. Yeah, but in this case, n will be positive. Yeah, or you can just write n equals to negative 3 and then write a rejected here. Okay, so yeah, this paper is harder than I think for 2020. I'm not sure you have the the progression or not, but should I just go through? How many questions we left? Yeah. Okay, I just go through lah because it's quite easy. Just everything about formula. But you might be quite blur at first, but you just assume like you are just learning something new today. Okay, so arithmetic progression have first term. First term we call A in this topic. First term we call A, and it's 5. And the common difference we call D. It's negative 3. So find the number of the terms such that sum of the n term is what is that? Find the number of terms such that sum to n term is first less than negative 200. First less than negative 200. That means later you have some inequality, I believe. So sum of n term is called Sn. There's a formula for Sn here is n over 2 and then 2a plus n minus 1d. So this is just a formula. So over here they want the Sn must be first less than negative 200. So yeah, we will actually solve this one. Yeah, I will not put the equal because they cannot be equals to negative 200, right? Must be less than. First less than, that means later you will take the first number which is less than 200 for the n value. So I plug in everything I have. N over 2, 2a will be 5, plus n minus 1, d will be negative 3. Yeah, it's just substitute in the formula. And the formula is given also, I believe, at the first page there. So then I will solve this one. This one will be 10 minus 3n plus 3 less than negative 200. We have some quadratic here. Okay, this is 13. So it's 13n over 2. And then this one multiplied it will be minus 3n squared over 2. Less than negative 200. I multiply 2 and make the n square positive. Okay, never mind. Step by step lah. 13n minus 3n square less than negative 400. And then make here 0. So you have 3n square minus 13n minus 400. And then I will factorize this one. I hope I can. I will do the EQN thing. It's a decimal thing. CSD. Okay. That's why you won't get the whole number. N equals to 13.9 and n equals to negative 9.58. That means n must be thin because it's less than no, it's bigger than 0. So that means n must be negative, is just ignore, bigger than 13.9. So the first number will be n equals to 14. So, yep. Okay, because this is bigger than 0, right? We learned about inequality. It's something bigger than 0, right? So let's say n is okay, just a random number, plus 4n minus 3. So we will write n is less than negative 4, n is bigger than 3, isn't it? So we only will do bigger than the positive number. The negative value of n we ignore. This is the reason why you only see I write the positive, I doesn't write the negative version. Because the negative will be n less than it. Because when this is bigger, you will get this 2 sign. Okay? Yep. This is how you do this kind of questions. Okay. So in this topic, you have AP, which is arithmetic progression, and GP, which is geometric progression. So in such that the third term is equals to this one, and the fifth term is equals to 729 over 1024. So find the first term of arithmetic progression and the positive common ratio. First term will be A. They ask us to find. Common ratio will be R. This is the symbol to represent in this topic. And for the term here, we have a formula for term, which is Tn equals to AR n minus 1. This is the formula for a term. So third term, that's mean T3 equals to 81 over 64. Fifth term mean T5 equals to 729 over 1024. Then I will just substitute in the formula. So T3, that means AR 3 minus 1, which is 2, equals to 81 over 64. This one will be AR power 4, because 5 minus 1 is equals to 4, 729 over 1024. Then in order to get this one, so what I will do right now is, I will divide them. Kind of substitute into each other. Depend what you want to do. I call it the first equation, second equation. I use second equation divide by the first equation. So you can see this is what happened. AR4 over AR square. Because if by doing the divide here, I actually can get R square, isn't it? Then here I will do 81 over 64. Sorry, this one I should at the bottom. 729 over 1024 over 81 over 64. This one you can use the calculator to do the work for you. 729 over 122. I believe you will get a nice fraction. Yeah, so you get R squared equals to 9 over 60. Then R will be square root of the whole thing, right? So if you square root, you have positive, negative. This is the reason why they ask about positive. So it's 3 over 4. Yeah, they asked about R. We got it. 3 over 4. Then you just sub in the 3 over 4 into the 1 or 2. So sub R equals to 3 over 4 into 1. So A 3 over 4 power of 2 equals to 81 over 64. So R equals to 9 over 16, right? So will become 16 over 9. Simplify, you get 9. Simplify, you get 4. 9 over 4. Okay, so yeah, this is how you do this kind of progression question. They have the difficult one, but then I don't think IG will have the so much difficult because this one will be kind of the new topic for IG. They just add in for 2020. We still have 1 mark here. Yeah, sum of infinity. So we have a formula for sum of infinity as well. Equals to A over 1 minus R. Yeah, we have the A value just now. 9 over 4. And we have an R value which is 3/4, if not mistaken. Yeah, 3/4 and 9/4. Then we just sub in the thing into the formula. 9/4 over 1 minus 3/4. This is 9/4 over 1/4. So this one and this one multiply, this one and this one multiply, so 9. Yeah, I believe, right? 9/4 times 4/1. Yeah, it's 9. So yeah, this is sum of infinity, just 1 mark. You just apply into the formula. So it's not like really hard, but then if you do not know how to use the formula, it will be quite hard. Alright, we go to the last questions. Eight mark here. So we have a graph of the x squared minus 4x plus 10. We'll cut the y-axis at the point A. Alright. And then or cut the y-axis at the point A, and then we'll intersect with a straight line at the point A and B. Alright. And then you have perpendicular, is obviously. Calculate the area of the shaded region and cross by the curve and the line AB. So basically they ask you to find area of shaded region, give you 8 marks, is very kind. Okay. Okay, so how are we going to do this one is, yeah, first thing is find the intersection point. I believe this one should be the y axis, the A. So yeah, they do say right, point A. Yeah, so it's how are we going to find the intersection point is we do substitution, right? So we need to sub y into y. So x squared minus 4x plus 10 equals to x plus 10. So yeah, 10 and 10 I cut. So x squared minus 5x equals to 0. Factorize out the x. So your 2x coordinate 0, 5. Nice, we have the 0 and 5. So 0 is just here and here. So this is these two value here. But because we need to find the area here, so we need to find the coordinate as well. So A is quite easy. You sub 0 into any of the equation here. 0 into here, this is just 10. So I can call the whole coordinate as 0, 10 if I want. B is you just sub 5 into here. This one is 15. It's 15. 5, 15, sorry. B will be 5, 15. Alright. Then the next thing I will do here, of course, in the exam, write down the coordinate, alright? Okay, next thing I want to do is, yeah, I will find the area under the curve. I will find this area. And then I will use a trapezium to minus it. Right, I will use a trapezium to minus the area under the curve here. So where's my trapezium? This one will be my trapezium. This is the reason why I will need to find the whole coordinates so that I can do the trapezium. Yeah, the trapezium should be easy, right? Trapezium. I will call it what? ABOC. Alright, so it's half times A plus B. This is A and B, right? So it's 10 plus 15. Multiply the height. Height will be 5. So this one is 25 times 5 is 125 over 2, isn't it? So, oops. 25 times 5 is 125 divided by 2 is 62 over 5. Okay, so we get the area of trapezium already, 62 over 5. Yeah, it's quite easy. And then now we need to find the area under the curve. How are we going to get the area under the curve? We're going to integrate the curve from 0 to 5. So yeah, but let's do it nice. Never mind, just do everything. So x squared minus 4x plus 10. So in order to integrate this one is dx definitely. So it's x cubed over 3 minus 4x squared over 2 plus 10x 0, 5. And then this one I prefer do 2x squared, right? 2x squared. Write 2 nicely lah. Where's my 2? Alright, because 4 divided by 2 is 2x squared. Then 0 is nice because I know it's sub in the 0. I just need to sub in the 5 here. So this is 125 over 3 minus 25 times 250 plus 50. So yeah, simplify is 125 over 3. So area of shaded region is equals to the trapezium 62.5 just now minus 125 over 3. Then we can get our answer easily by using the calculator, definitely. 62.5 minus 125 over 3. So we'll get 125 over 6, or you prefer decimal, then you can leave into the decimal pattern, which is 20.8. Yeah. Yep. This is everything about this paper.